Hi guys, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Rhea. If you're seeing my face for the very first time, you're highly welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, what's up G? How are you guys doing? It's been 2 weeks, okay? A lot has been happening behind the scenes, which I would make in subsequent videos, okay? Moving forward, there's one hot gist that I have for you guys that happened to me, but I'm taking my time to be able to make that video. But when I make that video, I'll let you know. But in today's video, as you can see from the title, we're going to be talking about how much it actually takes for you to study in Ireland. So some people have said, like, you know, I'm looking for a job, I'm getting unfortunately a lot, no one is hiring, no one is sponsoring me. What other route can I use to come into Ireland? And my other answer is always like the student visa, and people are like, how much is it? Oh, Ireland is too expensive. So I'm here to give you like a rundown using my own experience on how much I actually spent coming to Ireland as a student. So if this is the kind of video that you're interested in, then please do keep on watching. So before we begin this video, okay, I need to put it out there that when I came to Ireland, like the only time I have studied in Ireland, or I came to Ireland, was actually via school, okay? And that was in 2019, and it's been 4 years, like almost 5 years actually. By September of this year, making 5 years since I came to the country, and a lot has changed drastically economically wise, okay? I'm sure even in your country, wherever you are, you can tell that a lot has changed, which is the same here. But I'm just going to be using my own experience and kind of tell you what it is now as well, and then we'll kind of calculate everything together and have like a rough estimate, and you would see, is it wise for you to actually come to Ireland? Are you able to afford it? Is Ireland too expensive? You know, what do you stand to gain after spending this amount of money? Let's begin the video, okay? So in 2019, I was doing like my National Youth Service Corps at the time, which is NYC. For those that are Nigerians, you know that. So while I was doing that, I was like, you know what, I want to go abroad to study for my master's, and I started looking for countries, and I found Ireland. No long story, I found Ireland, and then the first thing that I did was to apply for an admission, okay? So I went through schools, I checked through schools, I checked the courses that they were offering as well, and then I picked the University College Cork. I'm sure a lot of people know that I schooled there, and the application fee was 50 euros. So I paid 50 euros at the time. I think right now it is still 50 euros. If that has changed, let me know. Mind you, there are some schools that do not need application fee, so not every school needs application fee. So schools like National College of Ireland here in Dublin, you don't need application fee to get an admission, but my school needed, so I paid 50 euros. So after the 50 euros, after like a month or so, I then got my admission letter. Very happy, very excited. So now my tuition fee in the admission letter was actually 15,000 euros, and in the 15,000 euros I needed to pay 1,500 euros, I think within a month or so, to be able to secure my place. So the 1,500 euros is actually included in the 15k, okay? And so within a month I did pay that. No, I didn't pay. Shout out to my parents. My parents did actually pay that money, and I got my place secured, okay? Two things I'm going to point out. The first thing is that with Ireland, you kind of have to pay almost everything before your visa, but that has kind of changed recently, and I'll explain that. And then the second one is that you need to be able to set aside extra, let's say 200,000 to 500,000 naira in charges for like transfer fee charges, okay? So when I paid my tuition fee, I paid, I think, an extra 200 or so thousand naira. And looking at the economy right now, someone said that she paid like an extra 300 to 500k difference on it, you know, to be able to successfully transfer using TransferMate, because I used TransferMate to be able to pay my tuition fee through the bank from A and all of that, okay? Those are the two things that I need you to note. And then now currently in recent times, like this year, I actually did check, and I could see that the same course that I offered, the same tutors, the same curriculum, nothing really has changed, okay? But the tuition fees has changed. So if you're thinking of coming to Ireland to study international public policy and diplomacy in UCC, it's now 18,000 euros per annum for international students. It's no longer 15,000 euros as at the time that I entered. Okay, good. And a lot of other universities has also increased their tuition fees for international students. So if someone has told you something 4 years back or 3 years back or even 2 years back, please do well to check again, because I'm sure that the fees has changed. So now the next bill that I paid as a student coming to school in Ireland was the health insurance. So the health insurance is very important. Even in your visa application, you see it as one of the things that you need to submit. At the time, the price was fair, and I think that the price is still fair because it hasn't changed. So I did my health insurance with Study and Protect, and I paid 160 euros, and I think right now it is still 160 euros. If you go to their website, I'll leave their website in my description box, okay? So if you go to their website, there are different options. There's one for like the student visa, there's one for graduate visa, so people that are already here, there's also one for professional or so just go to the student visa route one, okay? If you're not sure what you're seeing on the website, you can always send them an email. Their contact details are obviously on their website, and then they will help you and put you through. But I paid 160 euros, and it's still 160 euros today. After I paid my fees and I've paid my health insurance, the next bill was actually the visa application fee. This one was actually not bad at all. This one was about 50,000 naira, which currently in today's rate should be about 25 to 30 euros. Let's just go with 30 euros actually. So it wasn't bad. I don't know what it is right now. I don't know if things have changed, but as at the time, I only paid, I think, 40 something thousand actually. I'm just the one rounding it up to 50,000 naira for my visa application fee. For agency fee, I didn't pay anything for agency fee, luckily, because at the time my own agency, I don't know, I think they were just starting, and so it was free. Right now he's charging, but if you still want him, his name is Mr. Emmanuel, and his Instagram is Study Across Globe on Instagram. So the next thing, which is like one of the huge things that they need to see at the moment, is the proof of funds. Okay, so the proof of funds is very important when you're applying or when you're coming to study here in Ireland. It's like without it, yeah, like you can pay your tuition fees, pay your health insurance, and they will probably still deny you. Okay, so proof of funds currently, or at the time, it was 7,000 euros that they needed to see in my sponsor's bank account, that he or she is able to sustain me for a whole year throughout the duration of my master's program. Okay, and I think in recent times that has kind of increased to 10,000. I'm not sure, but I think that's what I'm hearing, that it's not 10,000 euros that they need to see. It probably might still be 7,000, but it's, let's just say, between 7,000 to 10,000. But at the time it was 7,000. And you know what's even mind blowing is the fact that the 7,000 euros that they kind of need to see would not even still be enough if you're having to solely rely on your sponsor and you do not have plans on working. So let me explain. So when I came here and I was living in Ireland, I was schooling in Cork. At the time, accommodation was so cheap, so I was paying like 420 euros for a double en suite room. Very beautiful room, I'm telling you. 420 euros, and but that's even excluding bills in Cork. You cannot find that price for that same room in today's world, either in Cork or Dublin or even anywhere else. If you're trying to school in Dublin and you're looking to pay accommodation, the Lord is your strength, because it's thoroughly expensive. Before, it used to be, oh, there are no houses, but now it's that there are houses, but can you afford it? Okay, it's really expensive here in Dublin. So at the time, I used to pay 420 euros in Cork. So times that by 12, that was about 5,040 euros for the whole year. So you can see that the 7,000 that's supposed to be in your proof of funds is already reducing, and that's, you've not even spoken about like the bills or transportation or feeding or miscellaneous or schoolwork and all of that. The money climbs up, okay, and it climbs up really fast. So if I paid 5,040 for a whole year for my master's degree program, having used 420 per month as my calculation, you can tell that my bills, accommodation, because sometimes bills could be like 100 euros, and that's if you're living in like in a shared apartment, okay, which I was. So I had 3 other people. It was a 4-bedroom. I had 3 other people in the room with me, and then the bill could amount to like maybe 100 or like 150 in every 2 months. Include your bills and then include your feeding, because you're going to eat, Abby. You're shopping as well. You want to buy like a few clothes or buy a few things here and there for yourself. What else is there? Your transportation as well. Transportation using the student leave card at the time was about 120 euros per month. So that 7,000, it may seem like a lot to you, like, oh my god, why will I use, oh, I don't think I'll even use up to 7,000. But you will. And then if you're going to be schooling in Dublin and you're going to be, you know, staying in houses where like a double and suite per month like 1,200, 1,300, or even like 1,000, in 7 months that 7k will be done. Okay, so you should budget up to like 10,000 euros for miscellaneous or like for proof of funds. Okay, coming to Ireland as a student can be really expensive. So let me calculate everything together. So if I'm saying to budget about 10,000 euros for your proof of funds, your sponsors accounts, which you would kind of still use because they are responsible for you. And let me also answer one other question before I forget this one, is that if you're thinking that you're going to come here and work 20 hours per week as a student and 40 hours during the summer holidays and winter holidays like Christmas holidays, and you think that's going to sustain you, it's not. Truly, it's not. It's just not. Except you exceed the amount of hours that you're required to work as a student, which is not legally advised, but it's just not. So you're definitely going to kind of rely on your sponsor, especially if you're coming here first time, you know, as a student. But just to calculate, proof of funds, 10,000 euros. My tuition fee was about 15,000 euros, which is about 25,000 euros already. Okay, and then health insurance, visa application, let's say 30 grand, health insurance 160. So everything could amount to like about 25,240, but let's just say 25,300 euros. 25,300 euros in recent times. Let me check how much it is in Naira. 25,300 euros using Remit choice in recent times is about 41,871,000. It's crazy. Let's just say 42 million. Jesus Christ, that's crazy. That's mad. That's mad. Because in my own time, the exchange rate was so good that it was literally a fraction of it. I mean, my school fees, everything was about, in that time, was maybe like 6 to 7 million. But right now, everything together is about 42 million. Is Ireland expensive? You obviously know my answer to that question. But is it worth it? That's another question. Sometimes good things are expensive. They need money. Ireland is expensive, but the aftermath of it, when you come here to study and then you work and then get your permanent residency and then you climb your way up to citizenship, it could be a fair price to pay, if you ask me. So just to conclude, okay, this video, the amount at the end is crazy, but just to conclude, this is how much it would take you to study in Ireland if you're coming here following like the pathway that I've just explained. In my own time, trust me, I don't even think it was up, everything was up to like 20 million. I highly doubt it was up 20 million for everything. But because of the exchange rate and also because of the increase of tuition fees and everything, right now it's expensive. Let me be honest, it's expensive, but I hope that this video serves as a guideline for those actually looking to come to Ireland. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up. Please also don't forget to subscribe there down below, and also please share this video to anyone that you think would need it and it might be useful to him or her. Thank you so much guys for watching, and I will see you guys in another video. Ciao ciao, bye guys.